Let us look at the preparation of profit and loss appropriation account. So first question is, what exactly is a profit and loss appropriation account? Now in a partnership, what is going to happen is that let's say for example there are two partners, A and B. In order to earn profit, they do sales and then they reduce various expenses which are incurred to earn these sales. What they get is a net profit which needs to be appropriated or given to these two partners in different forms. This could be in the form of interest on capital or loan. It could be in the form of salary, etc. The rule is that this net profit which is distributed has to be the profit after meeting all these expenses, right? And the account which shows the distribution of this net profit into the partners through all these means and whatever remains as profit of the partnership firm is known as the profit and loss appropriation account. Appropriation is kind of a similar word as distribution. In this question, you're going to look at this particular example only. So X and Y are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2. So you have X, you have Y. The ratio is 3:2, or in other words, it is 3/5 and 2/5. With capitals of 6 lakh and 4,50,000 respectively. So the ratio is 3:2. The capital is 6 lakh and 4,50,000 respectively. Interest on capital is agreed at 6% per annum. Since we don't know anything as to when these capital were contributed, we will assume that they have been there for the entire year and therefore the 6% interest has to be given on these two amounts. If I look at it, 6% of 6 lakh will be how much? 36,000, and 6% of 4,50,000 will be 27,000. You can do these calculations at your end also. On top of this, Y is to be allowed an annual salary of 1,20,000, right? So Y also gets a salary of 1,20,000, right? Which has not been withdrawn. So he hasn't taken it out of the business. Profit for the year ending 31st March 2016, prior to calculation of interest. Now this is important. Prior to calculation of interest on capital, which is this amount, but after charging Y's salary, is rupees 3 lakh. Now what this means is that if you have to look at it, your profit and loss account would have been prepared in respect of business, and there would have been a profit which was available for distribution or to be carried to the profit and loss appropriation account. This would have been a particular number, right? This number we don't know, but what we are told is after we had charged Y's salary from this number, which was 1,20,000, the net profit which was remaining was 3 lakh, right? Now if the net profit which was remaining was 3 lakh, after charging this salary, what would this profit be? It would ideally be a sum of these two, and therefore it should be 4,20,000, which is 3 lakh plus 1,20,000, right? You are told that a provision of 10% of the profit is to be made in respect of commission to the sales manager. Prepare an account showing the appropriation of profit. Now if I just go to this particular account, my profit in the profit and loss account was 4,20,000. I was told I have to make a provision of 10% of this amount as commission to the sales manager, right? Let me prepare the profit and loss account first then. So in my profit and loss account, the net profit number was 4,20,000, what we computed above. The commission to the manager was how much? It was 10% of net profit, which is 10% of 4,20,000 or 42,000. So my profit and loss account to profit or loss carried forward to P&L appropriation account will be how much? It will be 4,20,000 minus 42,000, or in other words 3,78,000. I will just balance this account, right, and take this amount of 3,78,000 to the profit and loss appropriation account. One thing which you should note here is, unless it is specifically given to you that the commission to manager is to be given out of P&L appropriation account after charging something for the partners, normally you would give this from the business expense itself, right? Which is what we've done here. If I wouldn't have done that, what would have happened is I would have given a commission of 10% of 3 lakh, which is the profit which was remaining after paying salary. So how much is the net profit which I get? It is 3,78,000. Interest on capital X and Y, we have already calculated how much were these numbers. These were 36,000 and 27,000. Right? So I'm just going to put in 36,000 here, 27,000 here. Right? To partner's salary, X does not get a salary. Y, he gets 1,20,000 as salary. Right? So what are the net divisible profit which remains? So you have 3,78,000 on this side. You have 3,78,000 on this side. The net profit number would be a balancing one which can be arrived at after reducing from 378 the sum of all these three numbers. So if you just do it, let's see how much the answer comes to. So this is going to come to 1,95,000, the total. X gets 3/5 of 1,95,000. Y gets 2/5 of 1,95,000. When you do the calculation, you're going to get 1,70,000, 17,000 here, 78,000 here, and the sum of these two is 1,95,000. So that's how your profit and loss appropriation account was prepared for the year ended 31/3/2016.